Unscripted. We're on it.
Yeah. Cheers. Happy St. Patrick's Day
Yes.
to all who celebrate. We are enjoying a Guinness because that felt right for today.
Look at that. Yeah, how good that looks. Yeah, we ordered some food from one of our local restaurants. We got corned beef and cabbage
Yeah.
with
Don't know if
potatoes.
you're a fan of that Irish fare, but
It was so good. And it
good.
came with like this creamy horseradish dipping sauce. It was so good. So let us know what you did for if you do anything for St. Patrick's Day. I know like we're not really Irish, but
I mean, I am.
you're a little
Speak
Irish.
for yourself.
I am not Irish.
You're not at all.
I don't know.
I do have Irish. I don't know what percentage it is, but yep, had to rock the green too. He's got a green
Yes.
sweatshirt on.
Hey, Carly, Mindy, hi.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on. Oh,
Hey,
Mary,
Mary.
good to see ya.
Mary.
Yes, so we're back at another Monday. I want to show real quick our new chair. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna turn the screen so you can see our new chair.
Yeah, here you go.
See the new chair in the corner? See that?
Hey, Sally.
So
There's our new, my new very comfy chair. I said our, but really I feel like it's mine, even though it's definitely not. The kids have like dominated it since we brought it home yesterday.
yes.
And they were struggling big time with it when it was like getting close to bedtime last night. And so it ended up being like a nope, up to bed because they were fighting over it.
Looks
And
so
yes,
cool.
it is so cozy. And I wanted to be like,
Super
you
cozy.
guys, I've barely gotten a chance to sit on it and it's my chair.
We did read it last night.
Yeah, we did get to read in it, and we sat there for our virtual book club meeting as well.
So we have a ton of chairs in our house, but none of them are really super comfortable.
That's why I was like, I'm sorry, hon, I need something comfy.
So we're
So
actually
I talked him into that. It's very comfy. It's like it's so soft. It's like a faux fur.
Yeah.
The cushion is, and it's really easy to just sink into.
So we're gonna get rid of one of our rocking chairs.
Get up from it.
We'll probably have to get rid of two chairs that we have to make room for that one. So, but it was worth it. It's really comfy.
Yes.
It's a good reading chair, and it's made for two people.
Yes.
Or one person sprawled out like
Kinda
this.
I liked being there by myself after you went up to bed last night. I'm not gonna lie, but it does fit two people. Yes.
That hurts.
It's good for both things.
That's okay.
It's okay.
All right. So we got a theme tonight. Obviously for St. Patrick's Day, we'll let you know in a minute what the theme is. But first, we got to talk about our featured book of the week.
Yes.
I know Katie picked a weird. I was
You
kind
know,
of.
it's perfect. You will agree. I think a lot of people watching
The
will
title-
agree.
title
because
is
of the
perfect.
title and what's on the front of it.
So the book is Lucky Charm by Anne Marie Meyer.
I've not read it yet, and I'm like, why am I not reading it? I should be reading it today.
Where did we
or
get this
month.
book? Do you remember where we got this book?
I think I ordered it.
That's very
It was
nice.
an Amazon purchase.
Yeah, so this is a fake dating romance.
Football, like
It is.
like a football player.
The author gives a shout out to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce
Yes.
for the inspiration. But
It looks very perfectly cheesy in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think it's a clean romance. I'm pretty sure it's closed door. And I've not read anything by this author before, but yeah, I don't know. I saw it floating around a little bit, like here and there on Instagram at one point, and like the second I knew that it was inspired by, my girl Taylor and her boyfriend, I was like, all right, I'm in. So that's all I needed to know.
I was reading the back of it before he came on, so I would be knowledgeable. I don't know. It seems very cheesy, but
It's not one that he would read probably, but
I mean, fake dating just drives me crazy sometimes.
oh, I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not my favorite trope, but I think it can be kind of fun.
Because like we all know, they're not gonna fake date
It's
forever.
not fake, but
And then something's gonna happen, and they gotta get back together. But no,
that's how the rom-com genre works.
you're right.
No matter what the trope is.
This is a perfect St. Patrick's Day.
It really
book.
is. I mean, come on.
It has nothing to
not
do
green,
with St.
but-
Patrick's Day, but
But Lucky Charm.
so if you read this one, let us know, or if you even heard of it.
Yeah.
Add it to the Goodreads if you need something lighthearted.
Lighthearted,
and-
cheesy, closed-door romance. Yeah.
If you like football and music.
And Taylor Swift.
We all
We
know.
all know.
We all know. Well, I mean, to be fair, let me show you this one picture in here. I thought it was kind of cool. It's like a football helmet with a microphone.
Yeah. Come on. It's pretty cute.
So check this one out if you like fake dating. or like it's almost like enemies to lovers too. It kind of seems like.
And what are the oh no, the chapters just have. Okay.
So the guy is her brother's ex best friend, and her high school crush. They end up living next to each other, and they decide to start fake dating to help each other out. And I'm assuming they end up together, but
I would be really disappointed if that is not how it
sometimes ended. They don't. So that's the feature book of the week. Let us know if you've read it. If you've read it, let me know for sure. We've got to talk first too about our book club, virtual book club. We just had a meeting last night. So anyone who was on that, hello again, 2 nights in a row. And we talked about this book, Small Game, by Blair Braverman. Do you want to say your thoughts on it?
Well, my thoughts are that I definitely didn't enjoy it because I stopped reading it at about 60%. Yeah.
Gasp.
I'm not ashamed about DNFing a book, but I do feel a little bad because, we're the leaders of the, I almost said life group. We are the leaders of our life group with our church, but book club. Side note, my girls were playing with their Barbies earlier, and they had they kind of set them up, and they got a bunch of accessories for their Barbies over the weekend for their birthday party, and they have a TV now for their Barbies and laptops, and it's really funny. But then they had a little coffee table. That's what it looked like, and my youngest had them all set up around it, and I said, "Oh, are they having a nice little hangout?" And she's like, "Yeah, they're having life group," and I was like, "That is really, really adorable." So I think I just had that in my head. But our book club, yes, we are the leaders of that, and I'm the leader of my in-person book club too. So when I say leader too, I mean I created it. I was the one who started both of them. So I feel an extra obligation to finish the book, but I just couldn't do it. He did it for the both of us, but
love it, life. Yeah.
Yeah, life group, small group, yeah.
Yeah, there's a church community group.
Yep.
That we have at our house. But yeah, I did finish it. The overall vibe of the group, the discussion last night was that it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It's
not great.
It just really had no plot, no character development. There really was nothing good about the book except for I think it was written well.
Yeah, I guess I didn't mind her writing style. I know a couple other people didn't even like her writing style, but I thought the writing style was fine. It was just that the book didn't go anywhere. That's why I stopped, because I was so bored out of my mind. I was just waiting for something exciting to happen, and it just wasn't happening. I feel the book was marketed poorly, in my opinion. Yeah. We thought we were going to get into this propulsive, twisty thriller, and it was not a thriller whatsoever. Nobody died. Nothing exciting happened.
Someone did die.
Okay, spoiler. But not in the way that I would have pictured it.
No, just from an infection.
I thought someone would go and off people, and you'd kind of find out one is dying one by one, kind of like a locked room mystery, only not abandoned island, but you know what I mean. They're on an island, and they're mysteriously dying one by one, sort of thing.
But yeah.
But that's not what this book was.
Yeah. So overall, it wasn't a super good book, but we had great discussion. I think sometimes the bad books create good discussion, because we were kind of giving our own theories, and I was coming up with some alternate endings that would have been better.
Yeah.
So we had a good laugh about it, but good discussion. We had a great time with it. Just the book was.
It's a bummer.
Monet, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thanks for tuning in. And she is a local author as well. So it would have been nice to say that we liked it, support a fellow, Wisconsinite. I mean, we did support her by buying the book, but we didn't really like it.
So it was a read.
It was kind of meh.
It was a read.
It was funny. One of our friends who joins us, I don't think he's been on for every single one, but he's on quite a bit of them. And he's a pretty generous rater, and I feel like he might even be more generous than I am, or you. I don't know.
It seems like,
because I thought we were pretty generous in general with our ratings, but I feel like I'm kind of shifting a little bit on that. Like I'm being a little bit more honest, I think, when I rate a book instead of being like, oh, I feel like I want to rate it higher, even though I really don't want to. But he told us what his rating was when we started the conversation, and it kept, he started at a 4 and ended up at a 3.5. This is kind of funny.
Because after hearing
like after we were all discussing
all of our
it,
thoughts.
he's like, oh, maybe I didn't like it as much as I thought I did.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a good discussion. And then we're going to share quick. Katie actually just started this one. This
I
is
didn't
our.
start it. I just
you
have my
haven't,
bookmark
but
there, ready to start. But
it's ready to start.
ready to start.
Okay. You got like the key in the ignition.
Yes,
You're just ready to
ready
like
to
crank
go.
it over. So this is our book for April.
For the virtual book club that we were just talking about.
And
Yep.
It looks like a good one. Death of the Author. So this was from the Aardvark book club. This book looks great. I was reading, kind of educating myself again before we came on. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Sci-fi, I think, right? Does it fall into the sci-fi category?
And it's like a book about a book.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And yeah, she ends up writing a sci-fi novel.
Yes.
And they kind of about robots, and they get like into this.
It seems really interesting.
So I'm not sure
to me.
what happens, but from the grasp of it, it like becomes like a world. I don't know, but
I feel like it's going to be something different for our group too, which is nice.
a book by A.L. Jackson.
Sad and emotional.
Oh, Mindy, this on your TV. This on your TBR. Awesome. Well, you should join the book club then. But yeah, it's a little thicker of a book. We don't meet until the end of April, right?
Right.
So I
think it's the last Sunday.
So Katie was kind of nudging me earlier, like you might want to start this one sooner than you normally do.
It's longer and really small print.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be in a bind and like pushing yourself towards the end, probably should start sooner rather than later.
Carly, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you can find it. I mean, we got ours from Aardvark.
You could get it from Aardvark.
It is still available on Aardvark.
It hasn't gone out of stock as far as I know.
This was from 2 months ago, right? On Aardvark? Yeah. 2 months ago we got this.
I don't know. Was it a
I think it was
February pick?
I think it was February, yes.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
So not 2 months ago.
So we do have a link in the description for our book club. We are switching over to Patreon. So if you want to join our book club, all you got to do is join our Patreon. We're going to do all of our chatting, picking of the books, and just like overall discussion will be in there. We were doing it on Instagram, and it was kind of getting a mess. We want to be more...
hopefully it's a little better on Patreon. Hopefully.
So, yeah, if you want to join the club, all you got to do is join the Patreon. It's free to join, and you can be part of the book club. And you can read with us. We'll let you know when the meetings are, and we're going to vote.
Yes, it is. It's actually a Canadian company. So they ship to, both the U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, it actually is in Canada where it started.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
and it's always free shipping.
Go there. Yep, free shipping.
Yeah. So check this out. I mean, if you want to join the club, check it out.
Oh, I will say, though, for the promo code that we have, it is for U.S. members only. So you can still sign up with them, but you wouldn't get your book for $4. So that's a bummer. I wish that was different. Hopefully they can change that. But yes, they do ship there because they are based
in Canada. It actually is based in Canada. So, all right, that's the April Book Club pick. So we want to touch on that for sure.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Yeah, take a peek. Their books are so good.
Yeah, and I feel like even their regular price, I mean, yes, $4 is a great deal, but their regular price, I think, is still a great deal for what you're getting.
Yeah, because the high quality hardcover.
Yeah, you get a bookmark with it. You get like a fun little challenge that you can participate in to try to earn a free credit from them. Their customer service is amazing. Yeah. Their social media presence is awesome.
I'm not sure if it's the same price in Canada. I know books are more expensive in Canada.
Yeah.
But definitely check them out.
Definitely, check it out because I do have the link to Aardvark in the description. So
we're going to jump into our books here. So we had to pick a theme. It's St. Patrick's Day.
I'm sure you can take a guess as to what we went with.
What?
Do you want to help me hold these up?
No, we can't show them.
No, we're not going to show all of them?
Let's do it real quick.
Really quickly, and then we'll take it away.
Real quick, you ready?
Okay.
Whoa!
That wasn't quick. I thought for sure we would have set it down faster. We're not on the same page sometimes, I guess.
You're a faster reader than you, remember? See?
That is true. But yeah, I found... I think all of the green books that we have.
Yeah, we have some that were like borderline green-ish.
For like our thumbnail photo.
Green
Yeah,
books.
Green books. Surprise,
green
surprise.
Books. Green books.
For like the thumbnail that we use that pops up for like when you see the video come up on our feed, it's missing like one of the books here because I realized once we were up in our room around when we were putting the kids to bed, I was like, oh, I forgot this one.
How could
so
you?
there is an additional one that didn't make it into the stack for the picture. But that's okay. But yeah, we thought that'd be kind of fun. They're obviously not related to each other except for the fact that they're green. And then some we've read and some we have not. So there's
so we're gonna go through those books real quick and do a little talk about them.
And then of course we'll have Corey's fun game at the end. We already talked about our book feature. But first up, and let us know in the comments if you've read any of these or if you plan to. But this one is The Lake House by Kate Morton. I've not read anything by her before. I want to say she came out with a new book. Maybe it wasn't even last year. It might have been the year before. And it was one that I was really interested in reading. I still haven't yet. I've not read this one that's been on my shelf for a long time. But I got this one used at our favorite indie bookstore in our area. It is a gripping tale of a family, an unsolved crime, and the truth that might have stayed buried forever. So.
Mindy said one of her favorite books is Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
I have that one.
Yeah, where is it?
Upstairs.
Is our copy green?
Well, her dress is green. Yeah, I was like looking for covers that were like pretty much completely green. But yes, that is a very striking.
Yes.
She's wearing a very striking green dress.
I read that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've never. I think Homecoming might be the book that I was thinking of. That's newer for her, and I don't know if she's come out with yet another newer one since then. But yeah, I think this would like fall into historical fiction. And it's also like a crime, where did it say? A crime story, whatever they call that, like a crime thriller sort of thing. The Lake House is a suspenseful, multi-layered novel that proves again that Kate Morton is one of the world's most mesmerizing storytellers. So yeah, this one looks really, really intriguing, but yet kind of disturbing. Yeah, just as a fair warning, and you can look up the description yourself. I won't read the whole thing here, but it does involve like a little child going missing. So if that's something that's triggering, like, and that's hard to read, I mean, I'm a mom, so I mean, it's hard to read when it's about like when it involves a child, like, and hopefully they find the child. That would be the redemptive ending for sure.
Better find them.
That's pretty disturbing otherwise, but it does look good. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. So that, and yeah, not to be confused with the movie The Lake House, because that one's very different, but that's a good movie.
Unrelated.
But totally unrelated. I like to go off on tangents sometimes.
So this book's very green. This one's very, very green. A book we both loved and we both read.
I still need to read this version though, because we picked this one up on purpose because it has a whole bunch of
In
like
the Lives of Puppets. Yeah, this has a bunch of bonus stuff that I still want to go back. That was pretty cool. By T.J. Klune. So this was a book I know a lot of people have read. A lot of people liked it. Fantasy book.
Yeah, this was an in-person book club read that Corey jumped in for.
Yeah, it was the only time I joined her in-person book club
time so far.
Was to read this book because I was really interested in it. And yeah, I'd say overall in our book club, it was very highly
I think people
regarded.
Really enjoyed it. Yep. Yeah. And we had a really good discussion.
And if you want a book for audio, here's one for you.
Yes.
If you want something cool and something different on audio.
The narrator just does an incredible job and does like all the voices, like, you know, because they're robots. So like he does, they're really, really good.
So look at that green book. It takes place like in a forest, like Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah, kind of Swiss Family Robinson.
They live like
style.
like above the trees, like, and they're robots. One human or androids.
Yeah,
there's androids, robots, and there's one human.
Yeah, it was very good though.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, I feel like overall I enjoyed it more on audio than I enjoyed reading the book physically. For me,
the audio was like
it was just amazing. It really
was very fun to listen to on audio.
Attention and very entertaining. Next up, this is going to be kind of similar to the first book we showed, our featured book. So this is another football romance. The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I have read 3 books by her so far, but not this series. So she does like little series, is my understanding.
Yeah.
I don't know that she has any standalones, honestly. Granted, you can read a lot of her books out of order and it's fine, but there's just a lot of crossover with the characters. But yeah, I've heard really good things about this one. I don't know why I keep putting it off. I love her, so I already know for sure I love her as an author. Is it ever too late to leave the friend zone? Discover a heartwarming friends to lovers romance in this expanded edition with an exclusive new chapter and a Q&A with the author.
There you go.
And yeah, friends to lovers is my favorite.
You love the cheat sheet.
Yeah, is my favorite trope. What else have you read by her, Mary? So yeah, I've just done the When in Rome series and haven't gotten to this one. And then I have one behind us that is the second one in this series. What is it called? The Rule Book. And I have that one from Aardvark. And I was like, do I have another one by her up there? I don't think so. It's on, I have them on the side. They're on the side. We have a very giant bookshelf behind us, but have some of her like older-ish ones. Yeah, I can't off the top of my head think of how many books she has, but they're really cute. I love her stories. Yeah, so there's that one. And then what do we have next? When in Rome. Oh, it happened in Nashville series. Okay, and then I didn't catch Liz's
Here, let
comment.
me get it for you. Let me see if I can find it for you.
All right.
Hold on.
We want to see what you said.
I'm doing my
Liz.
best.
Our comments disappear on us for some reason. So I don't remember, when did we have it where they weren't disappearing? There was a time when.
All right, Liz said, I'm reading a Sarah Adams right now.
Oh.
Needed a light one after Sherry Frankie's book.
Okay.
Okay. Which one?
Yeah, which Sarah Adams book are you reading? Yeah, her books are really cute. I like them a lot. Next up, we have The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This was actually one that we had our group vote on for our virtual book club because we did green books was the theme for March.
Oh,
you
we did?
remember?
I forgot.
Yeah.
The match.
The match.
You
Yep,
got that one
I have
too,
that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had our group vote on green books specifically.
I forgot
and
about
again,
that.
there was no connection with them. It's not like they were all in the same genre. They just all had green covers. And I feel like this one might have been like second place or something like that.
It was close to winning.
And now I'm kind of wishing this one won out over over Small Game. This is The Inheritance Games. And so actually a few people decided to still do this one like on the side.
Yeah.
So they did like a buddy read or are doing it right now. I would have loved to jump in with it, but I'm always reading way too many things. I think my reason for not jumping on that is that you have this one. This is the one you're saying? I don't remember what I was going to say now. This one is part of a series. That was, I think, my reason for being like, oh, I don't know if I want to commit to a series right now.
Oh, you got to read them all.
But this book is in such good shape. I got it, at our favorite indie bookstore, and so I had to grab it. And I've heard really good things. I believe it's YA. And I want to say there's like at least 2 more in the series. Maybe somebody knows that, but I think that's right. That there's like 2 more following that. So I'll get to it eventually.
Very cool. All right, up next is a book that Katie and I both loved. Both gave 5, probably 6.5 stars to. It's this book here, Shark Heart by Emily Habeck. This book was excellent. This book was so good.
It's the book that got you back into reading.
Yeah, this was the first book I read after not reading for many, many years. And I got hooked back onto reading. Which is, it's kind of, and I read it, honestly, I kind of chose it.
There are 4 in the series. Okay. That other.
So I kind of chose this book ironically. Katie was picking out her books from Book of the Month, and I was like, I want this one because it's about a guy who turns into a shark. Oh, you love Shark Heart too?
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so excellent, and I love how it's written like a play. Written like a playwright.
It's really easy to read.
You can see there's parts, and there's it says like the main characters. But it's such a good story. Completely unexpected. You know, it's a love story on so many different levels. It also has like some magical realism with the mutating into animals. But a beautiful love story, really fascinating to read, super well written. Just an overall amazing book.
I still think you need to reach out to the author and tell her how much that book meant to you, and the fact that it, you know, that's pretty high praise, you know, to have for her to hear that her book got you back into reading, especially fiction.
That's true.
I think you had probably read some nonfiction, but still not a lot. But like that was the first fiction book you had read in however many years. Yeah.
So give this one a check out. I mean, you'll like it.
I mean, I think so.
It's a pretty quick read. Like, it's long, but
not really.
A lot of
the pages are
don't have much writing on them.
Like that, there's barely anything on some of them. It was just like the way that the format that she
the formatting
chose,
was good.
I liked it,
and it had different parts.
It's a book that I actually would really like to reread. Honestly,
yeah.
I want to get the purple version and then read that one. Because you know I'm all about getting all the special editions.
Have you ever seen
editions.
The purple?
I've seen it. I almost bought it when I was in Michigan last year. The paperback purple version.
That's a very nice cover. Very green. Perfect for today. But this is a must read, I think.
It's very good. It's unusual, but I think very good.
It's unusual. It has the right amount of unusual to it.
Next up is one from Aardvark that I didn't particularly love, but it has a really cool cover, so that's why we're going to show it. This is called This Bird Has Flown by Susanna Hoffs. And you may like this book. It was just kind of for me. But yeah, if this name isn't immediately ringing a bell with you, she was, I don't think is, I'm pretty sure they're not a band anymore, but was part of the Bangles. So think Eternal Flame. Am I getting that right? I think that was one of their songs. You don't know?
The Bangles?
Yeah, you're normally pretty good with that.
Well, they sang Walk Like an Egyptian.
That one, but I think Eternal Flame might, I don't know. I could be wrong, but a delightfully funny and romantic debut novel from Susanna Hoff, celebrated performer and co-founder of the Bangles. What is it? Okay, Christina Lauren, so, you know, the popular author duo of lots of rom-coms, said, a little bit romance, a little bit rock and roll. This isn't just a book, it's a love song, and it should come as no surprise that Susanna Hoffs has crafted the perfect one to put on your playlist. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just didn't love her writing style, and I mean, I will give her grace because I believe this was her first book. You know, she was first and foremost a singer, a musician. So I give her credit for writing a book and was able to get it published. But it just was, I don't know, I feel like it was like maybe disjointed, like, and just her writing style I didn't particularly care for. But the story, like, at least had me intrigued enough to not, this wasn't a DNF. I read the whole thing. But I just don't remember rating it really high. But it was one that I was like super looking forward to too. So it kind of fell a little flat for me, but I just love this cover.
Is great.
And how fun is that when they incorporate their logo into different places sometimes? That's just another fun thing about Aardvark is sometimes they, you know, have it up here, just like Book of the Month does, but sometimes they'll put it in like really fun spots.
That's clever. All right, we received a question from Monet. She says, do you use book tabs in the books you read?
Book tabs? Like, are we talking like annotating then, kind of? Like, is that what people do when they have all those little tabbies like sticking out of their books? Is it to like keep track of something you really liked on that page? I'm trying to understand because the answer is no. We don't do that. But I've definitely seen a ton of people do that. And I definitely do not write in my books. I don't underline anything. I don't know. Sometimes if there's a part that I really, really love, I'll screenshot it. I'll take a picture of like a quote that I really, really loved. And then I have shared that on social media before sometimes, like in a review post or whatever. I haven't done that in a really long time, but no, I don't annotate. I don't use tabs. And
no,
we doesn't either. The only thing we put in our book is a good old bookmark to keep our spots. But thanks for that question.
I mean, that,
And
it seems like a good idea.
You should all let us know if you annotate or if you just simply read and store all that
It's just
information
all
right
up
here.
And if I forget, you got to go back and read the same sentence.
Yep, that too. Yep.
3 times.
Yep. Ugh. Something got on the front of this next book, which is a really big bummer. I'm gonna blame that on my friend who borrowed it.
All right, next.
She sometimes
This one's
watches these videos.
I only write in nonfiction, especially teaching books like mine. Yes, that would make a lot of sense.
Yes. Yeah.
I like the back. Just read the back of this quick. Dark as Satan's basement.
This was another one that I was underwhelmed by.
Nonfiction Christian books.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Only write enough. Yeah, you're taking notes. Yeah, that would make sense.
Hey, Mandy.
What are you doing?
Yeah, Mandy snuck on here. Did you see her earlier?
No.
She's in my in-person book club now.
Mary, I tried annotating one time and I left it. Took away from everything.
You're stopping too much. Yeah.
I'm sneaky.
You're sneaky.
I'm sneaky.
I like it. I was like, Mandy Wolf.
Yeah.
I know you.
Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. So Death of a Bookseller.
There's another Aardvark pick.
Yeah.
And that one took me a really long time to get through. It was just like really slow.
I mean,
but I was super
good
intrigued
praise on the
by
back,
the
too.
cover and the title. It had a lot going for it. It was very like dark and unsettling.
Deliciously dark.
Yeah, there you
See
go.
that?
Deliciously dark.
It's a good adverb.
Man, one of the main characters was really messed up, y'all. Like, I don't know. She was weird, which I think was obviously the point. But I think it was just almost like too weird for me. Or I just didn't really connect with like either of the characters. They were both abysmal in my opinion.
Yeah.
But again, that was probably on purpose.
It says, will work its way under your skin like a splinter.
It was weird. It was like unsettling.
Yeah.
And you definitely didn't like the characters. They were all very unlikable.
Comic, but also pitch black dark.
Mhm.
I like these praises on the back.
I say
though.
you might actually like that book. I don't remember how much I told you about it, so maybe I didn't ruin it for you.
Is this the one your dad picked up and he was like concerned for you or something? Or was that a different one?
He's concerned for me a lot with a lot of books. Let's just put it that way. Sometimes we have
to hide our books.
We have our books out, and the last time, like just like on the table, because I think we had our last Aardvark books out for a reason, and I think it was because we planned on, I don't know, filming something with them.
Yeah.
And we ended up like delaying that, but like we had kept them out intentionally instead of putting them on the shelf. And I realized like after the fact, he's babysitting, and I was like, oh, he's probably perusing those, and is very concerned. doesn't like our reading taste.
You gotta start hiding.
Sorry.
Start hiding our books.
And he's very like nonfiction only almost. I got him to read a fiction book last year though, I think.
He did not like it though.
He said he kind of liked it, but like obviously not enough to like keep wanting to pick up fiction books, and clearly we have them in plenty here, so he could borrow them anytime he wants, but not everybody likes fiction.
All right. This next cover I really like, because I like daisies. A lot.
It is a nice cover.
It's a beautiful cover. I don't know what this book's about, but I always see it around. Tom Lake.
By Ann Patchett.
Ann Patchett, a Reese's Book Club pick. I don't like how it's so shiny, though.
Yeah.
It's throwing me off a little bit. It reminds me of a library book.
It's not my favorite.
Which, they're too shiny.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful and moving novel about family love and growing up. Takes place in 2020. Yeah, I don't know what this book's really about. If you've read this one, let me know.
Yeah, that was a score for me from the thrift store, actually. So it was like pretty, inexpensive. And they had a decent selection.
I have this one. It's on my list. But...
Yeah, I think my thing with it, Mandy, is that I feel like it would be a slower book, and I struggle sometimes with that. Not always. I mean, for the right book, like it'll work for me, but I do feel like it might be a slower paced book. But maybe it's an intriguing enough story.
It was supposed to take off a little.
Okay, really slow. All right, good to know.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, there's certain
Thank you, Sally.
There's certain books that I'll see them on like Goodreads or Instagram, and then I feel like I see them everywhere. I go to the bookstore. There it is.
Mary listened to it on audio, and it was Meryl Streep. Maybe I need to do it that way.
Oh, it was fabulous. I'm not sure I would have enjoyed it physically. Okay.
Maybe I need to try it that way.
Yeah.
Or I could do like a combo. I've been enjoying that lately too sometimes, where like then I feel like I can get through a book a little faster because I'm I'll like listen to it during the day when I'm doing chores or something like that, and then I'll still sit down with the physical copy then at night and get like both experiences, which is kind of fun. But,
let's talk a second about immersive reading.
Okay.
All right.
That I've
does anyone know what immersive reading is? I would tell you, but does anyone do it? It's where you listen to the book while you physically read it.
You're doing both at the same time.
So like,
I don't do that.
You have
I will
like,
switch off,
you have
but
like
I don't do
your
both.
headphones in, your AirPods, so you're listening to the book, but you're also reading it, so you're immersed in the book both ways. Maria, hey, good to see you.
Oh, you're reading The Favorites. Oh, that's excellent. That is an excellent book. And really good on audio. I've not read it physically yet, but I want to.
Yes. So let you know if you've heard of immersive reading, or if you ever tried it out.
Somebody that I feel like maybe some of you also follow. She's hilarious. And she has a YouTube channel, and she's on Instagram. I think she's on TikTok too. She's like on all the things. But her handle is Where's My Library Card?
Favorites.
Oh, you liked it too, Sally. Yeah, it was so good. But yeah, her name is KK, but her handle is Where's My Library Card? And she's the first person that I saw who does that. She has her big old, she doesn't have AirPods. She uses like big
noise canceling headphones,
sits in her chair, curls up with her physical book, but is also listening to it. And I don't think she does that for all of her books, but she does it a lot.
I think I would try it. Yeah, I feel like it would be really helpful because there'd be no distractions.
I think you could be, well, you know what I almost feel like I probably do a form of it. I don't do it when other people are around because it feels more awkward. But sometimes if I'm really struggling to focus, you're reading The Unworthy.
Unworthy. I cannot wait.
Jolie Reeds does that too.
She does that too. I can't wait for The Unworthy. I'm so pumped for it.
One thing that I will do, which I think is very similar then, is that instead of the audiobook, it's like I'm the audiobook. I will read out loud because then I'm actually hearing myself read the words.
That's true.
So it's almost like I'm being the audiobook. And I do that when I get like in just some distracted modes, like sometimes where I feel like my mind is going to drift. And it's especially on books that do need more of my focus in general.
Yeah.
That I'll read it out loud. I'll just like if it's during the day and my daughter is playing nicely or she's not by me and she doesn't care if I read out loud. If it's an appropriate book or whatever that I can be reading out loud, but I'll read some of it out loud.
I feel like
that's kind of similar.
Immersive reading might be hard for us when we have children. We can't just immerse ourselves in it.
No. As much as I would love to do that.
But sometimes. I understand it would be really good to drown out any distractions or noises, and you can just literally focus on the book. You're like in it. And it's cool as if like you're reading and you miss something, you're still listening to it. So you're almost consuming it both ways at the same time. So I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of people haven't heard of that, and we just learned about it recently. I've never tried it, but I feel like it could be pretty good if I had a book I really wanted to lock into.
Yes.
So gotta love it. All right, we got 2 left.
All right. This is a hefty, but how about you talk about this one? Because I'm going to talk about the last one.
All right. So this is a book.
Take turns.
We ended up getting from a little free library, and we were just drawn to the cover. It really, why is it so heavy?
That's what I was saying. This is a hefty book.
What's going on with it?
Very heavy.
Oh, the pages. This is like
thicker pages.
I don't know.
It's I don't know.
Damnation
really nice
Spring by Ash Davidson. Yeah.
We had never. Why is it so heavy? We had never heard of the book before. We just saw it in a little free library.
Yeah, it's cool. Nicholas Butler read it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He gave a shout out to it. Who
we got to meet last month.
Yeah. So if you let us know about this one, it sounds another one of those slower books.
Could be slower, but sounds like it has an intriguing story though.
But it looks like it'd be maybe this would be one to immerse yourself in.
There you go.
But it's very, I don't know why it's so heavy.
we could do some arm workouts with it, maybe.
It looks like shorter chapters.
That's nice. I like that.
And maybe a couple of perspectives.
Okay.
You got Rich, Colleen, Chubb. So I like multiple perspective books.
Not too many perspectives, but
looks like maybe 3 perspectives. But this must be written on like a triple ply paper or something.
My goodness, yeah. It really is a heavy book.
We just thought this book was really attractive. It was a really good story in a free library. I know
Let us know if you've heard of it or have read it.
Yeah, thank you.
And
one
then
left.
Last but not least, we're going to get the shininess here. I'll try not to have it glare too much for you, but this is a legit library book.
Might make you.
There you go.
That's.
If you want to be a faster reader, I'm already a faster.
Because you have to kind of keep up with what you're listening to. So if you're listening at like 175.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always kind of wondered what speed I read at. I feel like it's like 1.25, maybe 1.5. Because I'm a slower reader, but I can go faster.
I'm probably at what I listen to when I do an audiobook.
But what I think would happen is when you're immersed in the book, you read faster. Mm-hmm. Part of the reason I read slowly is because I'm distracted very much a lot because our house is very loud. Mm-hmm. And
if you're trying to read when the kids are awake, yes. But at nighttime.
But once I'm really locked into the book, like I do go faster through it because you're more focused. So that's a good point, Sally. You probably could read through books faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
interesting.
We gotta give it a try. Mm-hmm. We'll have to take turns.
Like
I'm gonna immerse for an hour.
Yeah, do this in our room. Yeah. You're on kid duty. Yeah. Because I'm in the zone.
One thing too about when I'm like at home doing chores. Once I put those AirPods in, my productivity goes from here to like here. Yeah, you're just like, you're in the zone. I'm cleaning. You don't want to stop cleaning. So
I've had some audiobooks recently where I'm like trying to find chores to do. There was actually a reel that I shared recently. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but it was hysterical. I was dying. It was like a girl, like, where she's like so into her audiobook that she's like running out of chores to complete. So they like she's outside like dusting her like her plant. I mean, her like a tree, like dusting a tree, vacuuming the grass. Like it was very funny.
It's so true.
And like there's been a couple times
we never run out of things to do at our house.
But it's like Corey loves it when I find an audiobook that I'm so into because I just. I know. Like I clean a lot more. I do more. Not that I don't do those things anyway, but I mean just even more because I'm like I don't want to stop listening to my audiobook. Hey.
I'm liking it. Yep. Still sounding really good.
Last but not least is When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. She's also the author of The Girl Who Drank the Moon, which is I think a middle grade book, which I have on my shelves. I've not read it yet. But this is one we're doing for our in-person book club. So Mandy, if you're still watching, I know you said you were like 20% in when I was chatting with you earlier. Maybe you're further now. I think that's about where I'm at as well. Reading it while listening to us. I love that you can do both at the same time.
Is that immersive?
Yeah, listening to us, but also reading the book. That's impressive. I'm doing
Page 101, she said.
Okay, wow. So you really are a lot further than I am. I am, I shouldn't say a lot further, actually. Yeah, I made some headway today. I'm on page...
I read The Girl Who Drank the Moon. It was cute. Okay, Mindy said she read...
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Didn't you pick that one up recently?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah. I have it from the our favorite indie bookstore. Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
I'm on page 78. So yeah, I'm not too far behind you, Mandy. But yeah, I am doing a combo of the audio and the physical book. So I'm going to try to get a little further in this tonight physically when we sign off here and say goodbye to you guys. But I was able to listen to quite a bit of the audio today, and I was really liking it on audio. So it was keeping me interested. Nice. And the chapters are pretty short. Loving that. It's got a very interesting premise. So, women spontaneously turning into dragons.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I think
spontaneous. It's not like gradual.
So this is like historical fiction, women's fiction, and then of course like has that fantasy element. Yeah, with them turning into dragons. So yeah, and it's got like a really pretty green and purple cover.
That's nice.
That counts, and I'm currently reading it, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So those are our green books for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
I realized we don't have many green books.
I know.
Green's not a super popular color for books, I guess.
Not. I don't know.
And Katie was picky. I was like, this one green? She's like, nah, it's more of like a greenish, bluish.
I'm like, no. And even if it had green elements on it, I said no.
Do you buy the audiobooks as well as physical books?
I have purchased audiobooks before, but
Rarely.
I really don't. I would say like I signed up for like trials and then I ended up like paying for them for a little bit sort of thing. So like I tried out Audible. I think I paid for a couple credits. I also tried out Libro FM. If you are not opposed to buying audiobooks, by the way, I will give a plug for Libro FM over Audible. like Amazon doesn't need our help as much. And yeah, no shame for enjoying Audible or anything Amazon related. But if you're gonna buy an audiobook anyway, I believe the price is very similar. I mean, look into it. Don't, totally trust my word on it. But I think it's very similar. And the awesome part about Libro FM is your purchase helps support indie bookstores.
Yes.
So it's the same as like bookshop.org, which we've talked about before, and that's like buying physical books. So if you go online, you can pick a bookstore pretty much like anywhere, and you can support them, even if you don't live locally, and it'll pop up at the top. And I'm thinking right now as I'm saying this that we should have the link for that in our description too, but I think we can add it later.
Yep.
But yes, so if you don't want to purchase audiobooks though, then yes, if you have a library card, you should be able to use Libby, or Hoopla is another app. I use Libby more than Hoopla just because I feel like it has more of what I'm interested in. But you can find stuff on Hoopla too. So I don't think every library uses both. Our library does use both, or you have access to both.
Yep.
So that would be the free option. But yeah, if you want to purchase them, check out Libro FM. And it's like, Libro.fm, or of course Audible through Amazon. There are some other ones out there. But yeah, it's like you purchase a credit or something like that. It's like 1 credit a month, that kind of thing.
From Chirp, yeah.
Oh, Chirp. Yeah. Yep, that's what Corey used.
Yeah, I used Chirp for when I got into Lives of Puppets.
Into Lives of Puppets.
Yeah. See, buying an audiobook would be very difficult. I did that because I needed to.
Yeah, we needed to like get through the book.
Like to buy physical books, but obviously if you're going to be trying this immersive reading, you do need an audiobook and a physical book.
Right.
And you could get both from the library.
Yes, you could.
But
obviously if you don't want to wait, then yes, you can of course purchase it, but then you're like double buying the book, or maybe you can get the physical book through the library and you have to purchase the audiobook. I don't know. I'm also lucky enough to get access to quite a few audiobooks through Penguin Random House Audio. So I've been doing that because I'm part of their influencer program right now.
Go with Libby.
Yeah, that's awesome. Libby is, Libby is
They
perfect.
have a lot on there.
They really do.
You might have to wait.
I mean, there are some crazy long wait lists for certain things.
But most older books, like if you're trying to get a newer book on audio,
that's going to be harder.
You might be like 74th in line or something.
Or even more than that, actually.
But if you're trying to read an older book, usually you can get on pretty quick.
Yeah, I would say. But which one was I saying? Yeah, Libby. The Penguin Random House Audio. Yeah, I don't think you have. I mean, I could be wrong, but you should always apply. Just to see. I don't remember if they have like a follower count that they're looking for to apply for that. And I don't know when they'll do it again. But it's still something to look into. So it's Penguin Random House Audio, and you can listen to books ahead of publication date, which is fun, but then they also have ones that have been out for a while. So I've been able to find some that way, and I'm getting to do it for free. So that would be another free option if you could be part of their influencer program. So that would be the only way that you could get those. Which is actually how I'm listening to When Women Were Dragons. I was able to find it through there. So I was like, I first looked on Libby and saw that the wait was like super long. So I'm like, I'll just check the Penguin Random House and see. And sure enough, it was on there. So
that's good.
But yeah, there are, if you aren't part of an influencer program, you can definitely listen to them.
There are that options
with your library
Libby
card.
or Hoopla. Give it a whirl. You can't beat free. I mean, buying an audiobook is very hard for me.
Yeah, and a lot of people do it, but I think don't buy as many physical books. So then like their main way of enjoying books is through audiobooks. That makes sense. But for me, I'm like, I want something to show for it. So that's why I even have a hard time reading books on my Kindle sometimes, because now I'm finding that I want shelf trophies.
I know.
So it's
you might as well just read the book at that point then.
Yeah. So it's kind of something I struggle with sometimes too.
Yeah, so give that a whirl. All right. Well.
All right, we got to do your.
Yeah. Let us. Yeah.
Yep, guess that. Book.
Do you guys want to play a game? Guess that book. I got 3 books lined up. I think they're all pretty popular choices too. I know last week we had a little stumpage. I went a little trickier, but I don't know. These aren't.
You decided to go middle of the road this time, maybe?
I don't know. I just feel like these books are probably a little more well known.
Okay.
And they're books that I want to read.
Okay.
Ones that I've been wanting to read for a while. I don't think we own them all, so.
All right. If you're new here, this is where, if you have not tuned in yet.
Yeah, so guess that book. We do it every week.
Reads the synopsis of a book and then gives us a little bit of time. I like to give all of you time before I guess, and then sometimes I don't even know. So yeah, he stumped I think all of us last week on all of them or almost all of them.
All but one.
Okay.
Out of the four, one was a Stephen King book. One was 1984 by George Orwell. Nobody got it.
No, I got it, but I said like the wrong author or something.
You said Orson Welles.
I don't know what I was saying. But...
All right, so I got 3 books. So I'll read a brief synopsis from Goodreads. Try not to give spoilers. Sometimes I accidentally read the spoiling part.
Yeah, where it says the name
and
of the book.
I'll give you guys a second to guess that book. Are you ready for book number 1? Listen closely. I kind of blabber sometimes. All right. An exquisitely moving story about grief, love, and family, but especially love. Aside from the fact that they are brothers, Peter and Ivan Kubek seem to have little in common. Peter is a Dublin lawyer in his 30s, successful, competent, and apparently unassailable. But in the wake of their father's death, he's medicating himself to sleep and struggling to manage his relationships with 2 very different women. His enduring first love, Sylvia, and Naomi, a college student for whom life is one long joke. Ivan is 22-year-old competitive chess player. He's always seen himself as socially awkward, a loner, the antithesis of his glib elder brother. Should I keep going?
Is it that Sally Rooney book? But I don't remember the name of it.
Give the people a chance to guess.
Intermezzo.
Yes.
Okay, it was a joint effort.
Remember when I said the chess player?
I was picturing the chess cover of that book, but I of course couldn't tell you the title.
You and Mary take team that one.
High five, Mary.
Intermezzo by...
Sorry, other people that I didn't... that I spoke up too
by
soon.
Sally Rooney. Yeah. That's one of those books that I see everywhere, too, that...
Yeah, it looks interesting.
I think I would
never
like...
read anything by her.
I think I would really like...
Love it.
Fist bump. Nice work, guys. Sometimes you got to team up. All right. You did it. All right. That was book 1. Book number 2. Let's see what we got. All right. In 1972, when workers in Pottstown, Pennsylvania were digging the foundations for a new housing development, the last thing they expected to uncover was a human skeleton. Who the skeleton was and how it got buried there were just 2 of the long-held secrets that had been kept for decades by the residents of Chicken Hill, the dilapidated neighborhood where immigrant Jews and African Americans lived side by side, sharing ambitions and sorrows.
Anybody know so far? I don't.
I can't read the next part. All right.
Mandy's like, it sounds good.
It does sound good. It does. This is a
Mm-hmm.
very popular book. Chicken Hill was where Mosh and Chona Ludlow lived when Chona ran blank, which served the neighborhood's quirky collection of blacks and European immigrants, helped by her husband Mosh, a Romanian-born theater owner who integrated the town's first dance hall.
I don't think I know what that is.
Yeah. This is a book that you'll know once I read it once I say what it is. Okay. But you probably didn't know what it was about.
Anybody? Who did he stump us? I think you're gonna have to say.
I'll give you the author, and then you can. It's by James McBride. James McBride.
Is it the Heaven and Earth grocery store?
It is the Heaven and Earth grocery store.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I know we've been eyeing that one up.
Oh no,
I feel like it's gotten really good reviews.
Oh yeah, it got really good reviews on Goodreads. Who's read that book before?
I did know the author.
Yeah. All right, number 3. I gotta see what it is first.
Oh, you have that on your TBR. Yeah, it looks good. I've had it on my TBR.
Yeah, we don't own that one yet. It's one that I definitely want to pick up at some point. I know last year every bookstore I went to, I was just like, I always picked it up and read through it again. All right. The next book is one we do own.
Okay.
All right, just keep that in mind. Okay. Abby and Gretchen have been best friends since 5th grade when they bonded over a shared love of E.T., roller skating parties, and scratch and sniff stickers. But then when they arrive at high school, things change. Gretchen begins to act different. And as the strange coincidences and bizarre behavior start to pile up, Abby realizes there's only one explanation. Gretchen, her favorite person in the world, has a demon living inside her.
We have this book?
And
like,
Abby is
gosh.
not about to let anyone or anything come between her and her best friend. With help from some unlikely allies, Abby embarks on a quest to save Gretchen, but is their friendship powerful enough to beat the devil?
Oh my.
My best friend's exorcism.
There you go.
Yes.
Like,
nice
what?
job,
I purchased
Mindy.
this book? Oh,
by
yeah,
Grady
I do remember
Hendrix.
that.
Yeah.
It looks very disturbing.
We just got that one recently. Yeah, it's got.
I think I was like going off the vibes mostly in the cover of it.
It's
It
got
is a really cool.
It's
cover,
got an amazing cover. It
Yeah.
looks just like. Oh man.
but clearly
It looks like an old VHS
disturbing.
tape. Yeah, it's in my
On the TBR.
Yeah, that was what we just picked out this fall. It does look very. You're like, so you obviously
I'm like,
didn't.
what? That might have been no. I read the description, but I will say I was very drawn to the cover with the
Yeah.
because we love Geneva Rose's book Home Is Where the Bodies Are, which has the VHS cover. It's kind of fun.
So I was guessed that book. Thanks for playing. You guys did. You guys did well this week.
Yeah.
I realize it's hard to pick those books because like I don't want people to freak out.
Don't leave it laying around when your dad comes. Yeah, I gotta hide that one. It's up in our room.
I think we should
so unless
start.
he's really snooping and going up in our room, which I would hope not.
I think we should start intentionally planting books all around the house, like really like weird ones, like Tender as the Flesh.
Yeah, we could put Post-its on it saying "Read this."
Yeah, things with
Looks good.
Things with the witches in it. Like, don't look at this book.
Don't look at this book. Sally thought the same thing.
Yeah, we'd probably come home and he'd be reading it, and pretending like he's not
enjoying it.
it.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Like, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah. So that was good. Let us know your green books.
And if you did anything special to celebrate today or tonight, or if you're not big into the holiday, but
I had a lot of corned beef and it was real good.
it was very yummy. The kids liked it too.
Yeah, the kids actually really liked everything.
Yeah.
I was very even the cabbage.
Yeah.
I was
they did.
shocked.
I don't know that all of them ate it. I don't know. I can't remember
they
if
all
our
tried
youngest
it though and
did,
ate it.
But they really liked the
Or my
meat.
green sweater.
There you go. Yep, I've got my green on. A couple different.
I just put
greens
this on
here.
recently.
Yeah. Well,
Is it green?
you know, it
That's
counts.
greenish.
Yeah, it's green. It's green.
Would you call this green or just like a green blue?
No, it's a
Celebrated by doing laundry.
There you go. I did some laundry today too, Sally. High
Yes.
five. Yeah.
Way to go.
Yep. I did laundry. I washed all of our bedding, which is quite the
Yeah.
feat. And then we made some beds.
I went to work and made some green.
There you go. There you go.
Does that count?
Yeah, that counts. It's a good way to celebrate.
And I spent it on corned beef.
Yeah. It was funny. I came home and I was like, did you remember how expensive that was? Or did you like block that out of your mind or what?
Oh, I knew. And I said that's...
I was like, what? When they brought the receipt, because it's like I called and ordered it. Good job, Corey. And of course, like they didn't take payment information, so I was like, oh, okay, I have to pay when I go pick it up. I was like, okay, I just wasn't expecting that.
You've been home in bed all day.
Oh, not feeling well.
Green pajamas.
The green pajamas.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the green pajamas.
That's why we only get it once a year.
Yes.
Because
Special
it's expensive.
occasion. Yeah.
And it's very heavy
Yeah, heavy food.
and delicious. But we're enjoying a Guinness.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
We don't have that very often either.
But yeah. So,
yeah.
let's talk books. Thank you for tuning in. We're almost at about an hour. We like to keep this to about an hour.
Yeah.
We did a nice job.
Yeah, we did. It's been fun hanging out with you guys.
I know, good chat tonight.
We will talk to you next time.
We'll tune in. Bye-bye.